AFTV, Julian, a thoroughly disappointing performance by Arsenal tonight. The expectations coming here was we'll get a victory. Unbeaten in the last 17 London derbies, but you've got to hand it to West Ham. They deserved it today. Even though we had loads of shots, we just didn't look like scoring.
Yeah, well, I'm going to slightly amend what you said. You said it was a thoroughly disappointing performance. I would say it's a thoroughly disappointing result. The performance, although not perfect, obviously, because we lost 2-0, I don't think was particularly bad. But there were
the intensity there that you was at Liverpool. You saw the intensity at what we played. Even the last home game, was that intensity there for you to see today?
You play differently against teams that are different. And when you play at Anfield against a team like Liverpool, they come and attack and they don't put every player behind the ball. When you play West Ham and a team managed by David Moyes, he plays in a totally different way. And the way he plays is put people behind the ball and suck the life out of the game. And what we're guilty of in our performance is allowing their game plan to overcome our game plan. And it hinged on moments. And the first moment was in the first few minutes. And it's from our golden boy, Mr. Saka, who for me was clean through. And we talk about the way that he plays. You are going to get chances against West Ham. And the first chance that came up, all he did was basically a back pass. It was just straight into the keeper's hands. And if you're not efficient in front of goal, which he wasn't, and in general Arsenal weren't, then you end up having the potential to lose the game. But I think if you play
and
that...
they were very efficient.
Yeah, well, they had 3 shots on target, 2 of which they scored, and the penalty which they missed. But then if you look at, and you've done your research on West Ham, that's what West Ham are.
Yeah.
Their XG is far lower than their actual goals scored. They are incredibly efficient in front of goal, and if you give them chances, they do generally take them. But in a game of football, in the Premier League, you are going to end up conceding some chances, and we hardly conceded any chances. So there was one in the first half, which I haven't seen any replays. I never saw the VAR decision, and it was up the other end, so I can't comment on it too much. But from what I could see, we were very open along the right-hand side. And I know that a lot of people have been criticising Zinchenko, and that seems to be the fashionable thing to do. But last time I checked, Zinchenko doesn't play down the right-hand side at Arsenal, so you can't blame him for the goal. The other side of it was the corner, which to me looked like a thoroughly good corner and a really good goal. So again, I wouldn't blame Zinchenko. I know the gentleman before me came on and started blaming the referee, but I don't see that the referee was at fault today. The referee
he's talking about the ball going out and saying that, and you have to say these referees now, it's like they are leaving these things up to VAR. If VAR can't make a decision on it, then, can't they make a decision on it sometimes on the pitch? Is he not there? Remember the olden days where the linesman or the referee say, hey, that's out. They're leaving it to the VAR now, but the VAR doesn't seem to have the technology to detect whether the ball's gone out or not, because that's 2 now we've been on the back on like that, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I'm going to totally disagree with you, because the referee did make a decision, and he gave the decision that it was a goal.
Right.
He gave an on-field decision. The VAR looked at it. It was obviously close. They took 3.5 minutes to then decide they couldn't make a decision, and therefore that's what it's there for. It's only there not to referee the game, but to detect what's clear and obvious. It was obviously not clear and obvious that the ball was out. So how anyone can blame the referee for that decision, I don't know. All you can do is blame the inefficiency of Arsenal in front of goal today, and that was it.
How bad a defeat is it? I mean, listen, we go to Fulham in the next game. We haven't got a lot of, sometimes they say you ain't had a lot of time to think about it. You can be straight back in on the game. But how bad a defeat is it? Or is it one of them where you just got to take it on the chin and just try and go to Fulham now and get that win?
Well, look, there's a lot of negativity around here. The atmosphere is pretty low at the moment. It's supposed to be Christmas. We're all supposed to be enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, mate.
Yeah, but obviously, unfortunately, the best part of Christmas I missed. If I'd known Spurs were going to lose at Brighton, I'd have stayed in the studio and watched it. But I didn't. So here we are. We're second in the league. Let's look at the positives here. We are second in the league. We are second to Liverpool. Liverpool still got to come to Arsenal in the league. If we win that game, which we should do, so we should be favourites, then we'll be 1 point ahead of Liverpool. But all we can do at this point, halfway through the season, is put ourselves in a competitive situation, which we're in. We are competing for the Premier League. We haven't lost to David Moyes in 22 home games. You know, the 23rd was unlucky. We haven't lost at home since Brighton in May. You're not going to win every game. Today, it just didn't work for us. I think you can play that game 10 times, 9 of them we'd win it, and the 10th one we'd draw. Today, it just didn't go our way. There was nothing fundamentally wrong about how Arsenal played, apart from a little simple fact: they didn't put the ball in the back of the net.